Hi everyone, welcome back to Money Monday. Before I begin this video, I've actually got two really exciting bits of news for you. The first is that we're going to be posting Lifestyle Love every Thursday instead of every other Thursday, which means we're going to be posting 2 videos per week. So every Monday we have Money Monday, which is everything about investing, saving, building long-term financial wealth and independence for yourself. And then every Thursday now we'll have the Lifestyle Love series, which is inside my home, inside my life with Rocco and my 2 dogs, things about spirituality, minimalism, anything that I've got going on in my life that I think might be of interest to you or might add value to your life as well. So I hope you're excited about that as much as I am, so please make sure you subscribe. The other bit of news, or an update I should say, is on the $1,000 project. And I wanted to, obviously you can follow along on the Sugar Mama website and read my journal entries as to how I've manifested each parcel of $1,000. But I have, I just wanted to let you know, I have invested almost $10,000 and I have built up a passive income of $458 per annum, which is, I'm really actually proud of myself. And I have manifested that money without making any major changes to my lifestyle or going without anything. I've been thinking outside of the square and doing things like selling stuff on eBay and Gumtree, which is Australia's version of Craigslist, doing market research, all sorts of interesting and creative things to help manifest money outside of my salary. So if you're following this project, you know that my ultimate goal is to build a passive income of $2,000 per year by July 2016. So I am technically 22.9% of the way there, which is pretty good. I've got a long way to go, but I am super motivated and super determined to get there. So if you have any ideas or suggestions for me, please put them in the comments box, because I've got a lot of work ahead of me for 2016, but I'm very excited. Now, for this video, it's on the difference between investing and saving. And I actually offer Skype consultations, which is kind of like financial coaching and counseling services that I offer, and I do them with people all the way around the world, and it's fantastic speaking with people and them sharing with me what they're working towards or what they're concerned about, or helping them come up with solutions as to break the cycle that they're in. And they're really powerful conversations, and I'm really passionate about them. But one thing I'm realizing is that a lot of people don't understand the difference between saving versus investing. Now, these are 2 very, very different goals, and therefore you would use 2 very, very different types of products to help you achieve those goals. So say, for example, I'm saving $20,000 for a car, and I intend on buying that car in, say, the next 2 years. I would be foolish to try and make money and take a risk with that money in such a short time frame to pay for that car. I would be far wiser and more sensible to use something like a low-risk investment, such as a savings account, an online savings account, or something like a term deposit, to build up those savings, so that when the time comes in 2 years' time to pay for that car, I don't have to worry about that $20,000 being worth any less. I don't need to worry about it, any sort of capital value fluctuations. I want to sleep well at night knowing that that money is there, and I'm not going to risk jeopardizing the purchase of this car by using something risky in the hope of get my money working harder for me. That is something that would be something like investing in shares or managed funds, or or even property. I want to take a much more conservative approach for those short-term goals. But for my long-term goals, say if I was looking at building up my retirement planning money, or even, for example, the $1,000 project, which is the focus on building long-term passive income streams, because I've got a long-term goal, I've got the benefit of time, and I can actually afford to take more risk, in the ability to potentially get a better return on my investment. So this is really important that you understand the difference between the 2. So with the $1,000 project, my personal investment of choice is shares, and I like Australian shares and I like international shares as well. And anyone can buy Australian shares no matter where you are in the world, and obviously international shares as well. But when you're investing in shares, you've got to think of them of a long-term investment. And when I say long-term, I'm talking about, 7 to 10 years, if not longer. And, with the $1,000 project and that goal of building up a long-term passive income, the goal and the journey is not going to just stop in July 2016. It's actually, I want to keep going, and I want to keep building that long-term passive income. And the reality is I'll probably never sell those shares because they are my passive income source. And why would I want to sell my passive income? Because that's what's going to define and create my financial freedom and independence. And if you don't know what passive income is, make sure you watch my passive income video, because that's really important, and that's, I think, probably one of the most powerful ways of creating your own inner financial motivation. So, point of this is you need to you can't afford to take the risk of using a growth style investment for your short-term expense needs. Always keep your your short-term financial goals, use conservative low risk investments such as cash to achieve those goals. You do not want to run the risk of, when it goes to, say, for example, me buying that car, that $20,000 isn't in my account because my portfolio has dropped in value because there's been a market correction, and I have to potentially crystallize that loss on my portfolio, or I jeopardize achieving that goal of buying that car. So please keep in mind the risk versus return equation, and the difference between investing, for your long-term needs and using cash and savings for your short-term goals. So I'm going to be doing lots more videos on risk versus return. I'll be talking about diversifying your investments, because you should never put all your eggs in one basket. I've got lots more information and financial education coming out for you on Money Mondays. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please make sure you subscribe, and don't forget, you can also subscribe on the Sugar Mama website and read along with the $1,000 project journey. And I will see you in my next video soon. But ciao for now. Bye.